It's almost Valentine's Day, and if you're like me, you've left your Valentine's Day gift to the last minute. But I've been thinking about you other crafty people, and I've been thinking about the partners of crafty people. So I have a little guide on what to get that crafty person in your life. It's going to have sewers, knitters, crocheters, and just like general all-round crafty people. So send this to your loved one, and yeah. A bit off. Anyway, I'm Yvette and I like to do crafts. I like to sew and knit mainly, but I also like I don't know, I dabble in a bit of everything is basically what I do. I'm going to be using my kid's iPad and I'm going to talk about the last minute gifts you can get. Be the crafty person in your life. Yeah, start off with knitters and crocheters. Okay, I think you can get either of them project bags, and I think it'll be very, very much appreciated. You can go from like really cheap, like kind of like tote bags. You can even make some if you're a crafty person, or you can get something a little fancy. You can look on Etsy, you can have a look in specific like yarn stores, anything else. And if you're like thinking, which project bag do I get? Just get the bigger size. You're more likely, it will be more well received if it's bigger. Bigger, better. It's always big. Big is always better, especially when it comes to project bags. You can also get like notions like stitch markers and things like that. You can have a little look at what they have and see what they might like, but you can also get like maybe like a nice little novelty one, or if you have the time you can also make some. They're very easy. You just need a jewelry kit and you need those safety pins that kind of look like light bulbs, and you just attach it on a bead. Simple. You can get like nice gemstone ones, whatever, make them custom. You can even put them in the project bag and then give it to your partner, and that's quite a nice thing. Yeah, do that. I think that will be well received. Or another thing is you can make your own notions tin. I have so many of them and I love them, and I don't have my knitting here. I can't even use it as an example. Oh, back with my knitting and my little notions tin. Okay, I should have clipped this onto me. You could make your own version of that for the person that you love. So my one contains like needle stoppers, which are hands. I know they're a bit weird, but I really like them. A tape measure. It's got like barber cord, and the cutest thing ever is these like teeny tiny scissors. They're so cute. They're so little, and they work really well. You can't really see it because of my enormous head. Anyway, they're excellent. Totally recommend. And then you can put those like handmade stitch markers in it if you like, and then put it in the project bag. That would be delightful. I think everyone would appreciate that. And then, so for me, I keep one of these tins in every project bag, and then in my project bag. And then like I always have the majority of the things I don't have to take, like my whole knitting needle case that has like extra things in it. It's good for being on the go. You've got to do it. And also, here's my knitting. I've got one more row until I finish the yoke. Stunning! Maybe I'll wear this for the rest of the video. Because I didn't really put any effort. I'm wearing my PJs. That could be, yeah. Anyway, let's go. If you're really last minute and you're maybe living somewhere that doesn't have like local yarn stores that you can go to, any of that kind of stuff, or you can't get supplies to make anything quick enough, get a gift voucher to a really fancy looking yarn store. You just go to any yarn store that looks really fancy online, and or look up your partner's web history of yarn stores they've been looking at and get them like a gift voucher. Get them a gift voucher. That would be delightful, and everyone would appreciate that, because maybe they need a new knitting needles, they don't have one and one's missing, and you shouldn't buy it because it's too difficult to buy. Or crochet hook or whatever, or just do it, and then they can get themselves some fancy yarn. That would be nice, something that they wouldn't necessarily buy for themselves all the time or anything like that. And last but not least, this is pretty pricey. I'm gonna call it Muud or Muud. It's Mudd. Anything from them. they do knitting needle cases, crochet cases, tape measure cases, and just like regular like sewing needle cases and stuff. Project bags, and they look like proper beautiful handbags, and they're gorgeous, and they're leather, and they are absolutely stunning. So if you know that your knitter or crocheter crafty partner loves to crochet and knit and all that stuff on the go, I think one of those would be absolutely delightful. It's very expensive though, but are they worth it? No, I'm just joking. No, like, it's expensive. It's not to do with money, it's to do with the thought. I'm going to put that out there. Anyway, next up is sewers. Okay, I think 2 magazine subscriptions you could give your crafty sewing partner, and that would be to Peppermint Magazine or Tuco. I'm going to butcher that. Tuco magazine, and they had a really beautiful edition. They also have like a print edition or a digital subscription edition. I think like that would be really good for both of them as well. And both of them come with like fancy, like lovely sewing patterns and stuff like that every month. So they'll be getting that. That's just, yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely. I also thought maybe like really, really fancy scissors or little snipper things, or have like a handy dandy little snipper around, because we love fancy scissors. And like, think about it, like, are they left-handed? Because I'm left-handed and I don't have left-handed scissors, and if my husband ended up buying me really fancy dancy left-handed fabric scissors, I think I would just be over the moon. I have like normal left-handed scissors for paper but not for fabric, so think about that. A really cute pin cushion, and I know it sounds like, oh, whatever, and you can also make it, by the way, but if you wanted to buy it, there's really cute ones on Etsy, but like Soften Studio does like a gorgeous flower one, and it's also magnetic, so it's like best of both worlds, and it's very cute and aesthetic. You have to, you know your partner's personal style more than me, but if I was your partner, which sorry, that'd be terrible, then yeah, get me one of those. If you're like rich, a really fancy dancy sewing machine or overlocker, perhaps maybe even an industrial one if they don't have that and you have the space. It's a very expensive thing and you need that input. You can't just go and buy it, but suggest that to be like a date, going out to buy your industrial sewing machine together. Another thing would be a voucher to a fancy fabric store, like a really fancy boutique one. Could be online, could be in person. Have a look what's out there and have a look. There's so many. There's like a bajillion, and maybe even like top tier Merchant and Mills. Like everyone would be happy with a gift voucher from Merchant and Mills. Perhaps that would be a good one if they're a home sewer. And last but not least, sewing labels. And I know it sounds silly. You can make custom ones. You can like have their name on it, or you can buy really cute ones. And I actually bought myself really, 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 really cute ones that are not here. Where are they? They're outside. Anyway, I just got this in the mail today. It is by Kylie and the Machine and Rachel Burke, and this would also be good for knitters as well. This is like the case. It is gorgeous. Let me just show you a couple of the labels. It's all on there on Kylie and the Machine's website, so I'm not like sharing anything that's like a secret. But Kylie and the Machine sends you this label that says "So Happy," and all of these labels, they could be used for knitting, I think, as well. I realize this is backwards, but you get the idea that they're just very, very cute little labels that you can put in your clothes, the clothes that they make. Like, yeah, just imagine this is the right way around. But I think, I don't know. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Oh, I love it. I'm so excited. I can't wait to put that. And it's also like, it is like 79 Australian, I think, which is like a little bit pricey for labels. However, it comes with like 19 of them, plus then you get the extra one, so it's 20. And if you were to go to like a craft store and you saw cute labels, I'm sure you'd be paying for more per label anyway. And these are really unique and different. So you could do that, or like I said, get some made. This is gorgeous. So this is just, oh my goodness. Like anyone would be happy. Any crafty person would be happy with this. Saying that. Last but not least, I'm just going to do very like a general crafty people stuff. I think a notebook, like a really nice notebook with a fancy pen, will always be well liked. Like I'm thinking like stuff like moleskin-ish area. There's even better ones out there, but back in my bullet journal days, it was moleskin was the best. Anyway, getting a notebook, and its intention is to really document your craft in it. This is my notebook that I keep records of, like stuff for YouTube videos, just layouts, any kind of drawing when it comes to sewing. So I use this, I always have this on hand when I am creating something. It's sort of an all sorts notebook, and I personally, and I think it's also a safe option, to get dot grid paper. I think with the dot grid paper, it's a little bit more easy to kind of manage. Like maybe, like I think everyone will prefer this than say something planed or lined. Get dot grid, or you can get these like notebooks. By Create a Friend, and I got a set of these. I think they were on clearance, and it was kind of like a it was kind of like a lucky dip of what you got. And it's a notebook about your hobby, and this one's on gardening and has like pages about gardening. I also have a textile one. It has like every single like hobby that you can imagine. For the textile one, I haven't used yet because it's like very very meticulous, and I don't calculate like how much I spend on my crafts and what I need and the supplies and stuff like that. Like this one is really for all crafts, so it's the textile friend one. It's probably the best one to get if you have a crafty friend in your life. But I am not that kind of person, but I like this book and I'm happy that I have this book. So okay, this goes for anyone, but I think a yummy fancy tea or treats, something that sounds delicious. You can go, if you're in Australia, like a T2 option or whatever you have. But I know for me, like I know there's like a fancy tea place in Canberra. I might have to put up the name somewhere. And a friend of mine got me some tea when they came to visit, and I loved it because I remember going for tea with our babies and trying to make our babies sit still whilst we enjoy tea. But like you're always having like tea and yummy treats when you're sewing and creating and making all your things. So it's a safe bet. It's a safe bet, and it's nice and thoughtful. And personally, I wouldn't buy fancy tea just for myself. I love drinking tea, but I just drink what I drink. But receiving fancy tea is just like always so special. So I think that's a nice one. Another option is like you can do like a little workshop, maybe a workshop together, maybe a pottery one, maybe something that they haven't done yet. I think pottery is a safe option because like who doesn't want to try throwing clay on one of those spinny wheels? And it could be like very romantic. It could be like Ghost, I think. I don't know, it's weird. But yeah. Every time I've watched like the Great British Pottery Throwdown or whatever it is, like the terms that they use is very sexual. It is very innuendo-y, sexual. It's very sexual. So it's a like romantic, sexy Valentine's Day gift. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. A bit weird. And my camera's like rocking back and forth. It's the ghost. I mentioned ghost and now it's haunting like tripod setup. Okay, and last but not least, this is a bit left of field, but I think you could like maybe get some like fun craft supplies, but like maybe not in their specific craft. Like if they're a knitter, maybe they can like you can get them like a really nice like bead kit, and you can go to like a bead store. They're everywhere. Get nice gemstones or semi-precious gemstones and some thread, and like get a whole, make yourself a kit. Or you can buy like a silver jewelry clay kit. That sounds cool. or yeah, there's so many different ones that you can do. And my son's coming to interrupt the. Exactly. He's saying get the silver jewelry clay ring kit. And you can also get craft kit subscriptions, which is pretty darn cool. Anyway, that is the end of my list. I hope that helps someone out there. And if not, if it's not for your partner, it can be for yourself. Get it for yourself. Why not? Why not? Why not? Uh-oh. It's time to go. Anyway, have a good one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.